read operand, execution, and last is write results. 4 stages we are assuming. You can also consider these 4 stages. Okay, what happens in issue? Fetching the instruction. Read operands, you will be reading the operands required for the execution. Third, it's simply executing the instruction. Last is write back the result, whatever result generated, depending on instruction, writing back. Okay, so this is the first input. Next, they can give you which are the functional units you have to consider. Okay, what are functional units? For doing load and store operation, we use a functional unit called integer function unit. For doing addition subtraction, we use a functional unit called adder. For doing multiplication, we use functional unit multiplier. For doing division, we use functional unit divide. Okay, they would have mentioned the function units, how many function units also. In this example, you can see there is one integer function unit, there are two multiplier function units, one add function unit, one divide function unit, because they have assumed there are two multiplier function units. Okay, so in question they may give only one multiplier, you have to write one multiplier function unit. Okay, fine. So this is another input they may give. If they are not given, see the code. If load is there, you need integer function unit. For load and store, you need integer function unit. Write integer unit. If addition subtraction is there, write adder function unit. Multiplication is there, write multiplier unit. And division instruction is there, write division unit. So what are these functional units? So these are functional units available. If there is a load store instruction, it will use integer function unit to execute it. If there is an addition instruction, it will use adder function unit to execute. If there is a subtraction instruction, which function unit it will use?
Adder.
Adder only. Okay. If there is a multiplication instruction, which function unit it will use?
Multiply.
So these all function units were independent. Okay. So same time integer function unit can work, same time adder can work, same time multiplier can work, same time divider can work. So what is the use of it? Parallelly you are executing many instructions, correct? One unit will be doing load operation, another unit will be doing addition, another can multiply. So parallelly it can work. Okay. Now how to solve this problem? First you have to write empty scoreboard. Okay. You can see here cycle 0. Write this empty scoreboard, which is called as cycle 0. So what all parts are there? List all the instructions. Here actually 3 parts are there. What are those? Stages in pipeline. Okay. Second part is listing the functional units and its stages. Third is register result stages. 3 parts. And let us take now first part. First part you have to list all the instructions. Write the 4 stages. Okay. When you are writing here, you can see that load F6 34 plus R2. What is this 34? No need to worry much. Here load instruction, you have only 2 registers. One is destination, another is source which contains the address. So here there is no another source register, some number is there, no need to worry. Okay. So how it works, can you tell me load instruction? You will read register R2 as address, go to memory, take data and load it in F6. Second is also load instruction, here also F2 is destination, R3 is the source. Here that's why here numbers are written because it is not. And multiplication, F2 into F4 result is stored in F0. Addition, subtraction, F6 minus F4, these things do. Okay. This step, here you have to number it. The destination is I, 2 source are J and K. J and K are important. Which is J, which is K should be properly written. First, this is I. These two are the source operands. One is J, one is K. I hope this much you can write. Any confusion in this writing? Shall we come to the second functional units? Time you can ignore, no need. List all the functional units you require. Or in the question if they are given, list those functional units. After listing, these things you have to write in the columns. What are these? Busy it will indicate whether this function unit is busy or not. Operation will tell which operation you are doing. Then F5 indicates which is the destination register. Fj and Fk indicates which are the source registers. Then let me come to the last one. Rj and Rk will tell. Rj and Rk will indicate whether those registers are ready to use. Okay, I will give you an example. Can I explain this with an example next step? These four I will explain later. Last one, register result status. List all the registers given in the code. See, you will see F6, F2, F0, F2, F4, so many are there. List all the registers. Don't repeat the register. You can write in ascending order or any order, no problem. All registers which are there in the given code, list it. Fine? Is it clear now? Three parts. First, you have to write the cycle 0 empty scoreboard. Next, what you have to do, let's say in the exam they have given, place the cycle pin cycle number 10. Can you write this scoreboard 10 times? No. Then what you have to do? You have to write only once. But how to write it? You have to use pencil. Write in pencil, cycle 1 what happens, cycle 2 what happens, cycle 3 what happens. Okay. When you go from, for example, cycle 2 to cycle 3, you may need to erase something. Then if you write in pencil, you can easily erase it. So, use pencil and eraser while writing the status in the scoreboard. Wherever required, erase it. Okay. Finally, let's say in the question they have asked, do till cycle 10. Once you update the cycle 10, write everything in pencil. Now you have status of cycle 10, right? So whatever you have written in pencil, write in last. Okay? So hope you understood how many scoreboard patterns you will write for a given question. Only once. Now empty scoreboard open. Let us go to the first cycle. Now it is very simple. Listen carefully. Cycle 1. What happens? First instruction is issue. Issue is fetching the instruction. Whatever is there in yellow will indicate the changes that has happened in that particular cycle. When you refer to your notes, it will be easy. Okay? So whatever is there in yellow is the changes that has happened in that particular cycle. Now what happened? First instruction went to issue stage. Then can you say this? Rj and Rk. Is Rk is what? R2, right? Fk, Rk. Fk is R2. Rk, we have to guess. What is the meaning? Yes. Is the register ready for the data? Is the data ready in R2? Yes. Why? Because there is no instruction previous, right? You are not waiting for R2 data. Right? So make it yes, Rj not required. What about third part? What the third part indicate? Which register result is generated by which functional unit. So in this F6 is the destination register. Which unit is generating result for this F6? Which functional unit? Integer. Just write it below F6, right? Okay. This last part indicates destination register. Which functional unit is generating the result? Is it clear? Is cycle 1 clear? Otherwise you will not understand next cycles. Okay. Fine. Shall we go to the next one? Cycle 2. Can anyone guess what happens in cycle 2?
Go for lead.
So first instruction will go to the next stage. What happens then? Only one change. Any other changes? Any other changes can happen? Second can come to the issue stage? No. Why? Because this is load instruction already integer function unit is busy. Can next instruction continue execution? No. Because this also need integer function unit. But integer function unit is until this first load instruction complete its execution, next instruction cannot come. Right? Both need same function unit. Instead of load, if there was an add instruction, it would have come for the next. Because add will use different functional units. Then obviously next instruction also comes. It can come. If there were two integer function units, definitely this instruction. If not mentioned, you can assume. But generally in question, they will inform how many function units are available. Cycle 1 isn't here. Cycle 2 shall we see now? What are changes happened in cycle 2? Only this first instruction went to each stage. This instruction cannot come to any stage because integer function unit is. Cycle 2 over, so you will get 1 mark, half mark for each cycle. Only just putting one more number. And one more thing, remember, here you can write directly in pen because here nothing, no need to erase anything. Just you go on writing it. Okay. Shall we go to cycle number 3? Here they have not mentioned cycle number 3. Why? Because no other changes. This cycle number 2, which was in read operation, will go to execute. And you know that integer functional unit requires only one cycle. Repeat once again. Integer functional unit require one cycle to execute. Add and subtract instruction or adder functional unit requires 2 cycles to execute. Multiplier functional unit requires 10 cycles to execute. And division functional unit requires 40 cycles to execute. This is what the assumption done for this example. Again, in the question, if they have not mentioned anything, you can assume that. Otherwise, in the question, they can mention integer function unit need these many cycles, adder unit need these many cycles. It will not make so much complex. Okay. If they are not given, you can assume. Now here, integer function unit 3 to 3 means what? It took only one cycle to execute. Now it happened in cycle 3. Now cycle 4, what happened? It went to result, right back. So only that is the changes happened with cycle number. Very easy, right? 4 cycles we completed. Okay. Can anyone tell me what happens in cycle number 5? Yes. Next instruction will come to the issue stage. And what all other changes can happen? These all will change. Correct? Shall we see now cycle number 5? Please listen, don't discuss. Cycle number 5. First instruction already completed. Second instruction came to issue stage. What all you did when the first instruction came to issue stage, same thing you have to do. Now again it is using integer function unit. Its status is busy now, yes. Then what is the operation load? What is the destination for this? This instruction F2. What is source? R3. F is R3. Yes. What about R3? Is it available? R3? Yes, because there is no dependency from the previous instructions. So yes. Then what is the other change here we did? F2 stores the result. So under F2, which unit is generating? Input. Now, can you tell me what all you supposed to erase when you come to cycle number 5 from cycle number 4? Yes. Here you had right these things. These things you have to erase. Correct? No? Now it is not there. It's over. That's why I told you to use pencil and eraser for first, second, and third part. Now, when we say, let's say in question that we have asked, the trace till cycle number 5, only we have to see this much. No extra things. Okay, what was the previous one? You have to erase it. Okay, only here and here. That's it. Here no change. Now, cycle number 6. Very crucial. Let me see who will answer. This will go to read. Then, any next instruction can we take? Yes. Multiplication can come to issue stage because multiplication unit is only different. Function unit is different. It can parallelly execute. Now, cycle number 6. So, load instruction came to read. The next instruction came to issue. Now, as this instruction came to issue, you have to treat those data. Correct? So, under functional unit, now multiplication unit 1 is busy. Yes. Operation is multiplication. What is destination? F0. 2 operands are there. F2 and F4. And is it ready? Please check it. This is very crucial. F2 and F4 are they ready? F2 is not ready. That's why we don't know why it is not ready. It depends on the previous result. Is F4 ready? Yes, because it is not dependent. Now question is this. What is this Qj and Qk? Qj and Qk will indicate which functional unit will generate the result. Okay, here you can see Rj result is not, you cannot use it. But which one will generate the unit? Rj, no, it's not ready. Fj, F2. Who is generating result of F2? Integer, just one. If there is no, please correspondingly you have to write which unit is generating the result. That's it. Yes, is there is no need to write anything. I hope you got it. Yes. So, if no is there, then check which functional unit is generating the result. So, R2 result generated can be written. Now, what about last step? Just I am adding this. Result F0. Who is generating result F0? Multiplier. Yes. Okay. Now, cycle 7. Cycle 7. This will go to execute. Can multiplication go to read stage? Only one question. can multiplication instruction go to your stage?
No.
So why? It doesn't have operand. Until this completes execution, we will not get that. So shall we see 7? See, now I am explaining. Once you sit and place, then only you will understand. So load instruction went to execute one cycle. Then multiplication did not go to read stage because it's one of the operand is not ready. This hazard is read after write, correct? Hope you know, right? Next, can next instruction come to issue stage? Yes, because it is using add a functional unit, it can come. Accordingly, update here. Because the operation add instruction, right? Under add functional unit, say now it is yes. See what operation you are doing? Subtraction, destination, subtract, indicate, and indicate, and accordingly. Any doubt in this? Like this only, I have to continue. 8 cycle, 9 cycle, 10 cycle. Any doubts in this? Because it will repeat similarly.
कितने साइकिल तक इसको रोटेट करना पड़ेगा?
Subtraction instruction execution takes 2 cycles, right? You can see load instruction took 1 cycle. The subtraction is taking 10 to 11 years, 2 cycles. That's what we have told, right? Add and take 2 cycles. Still it is complete because it needs 10 cycles. Correct? No? I'll show you that diagram. Cycle number. Yes, can you see a multiplication? 10 to 19 means 10 cycles. So until you place till 19th cycle, it will be in execution stage. After 19th, 20th cycle, it went to write back. Okay, just again, as you in exam, we cannot expect you to place till 30 points. Just